Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 20.
20.
Yep,
Whoa.
20. You heard me right. That's
Already.
20. I know. It's 20 of our hit live show called A Travel Talk Show. We broadcast live every Tuesday, 7 p.m. PST from our base camp in Somewheres, Canada. So today, Call,
Yes, bro.
we're talking with friend of the show, award-winning country musician and songwriter Ben Klick. You remember Ben?
Nice. Yes, we had him on our Canada Day special, and he rocked it out big time.
I know, it was awesome. So Ben's going to join us, and we're going to do some talking about some country music, the music industry, and Ben is going to be sharing, with us three of his recently released new singles.
That's awesome. Thank you, Ben. Can't wait to
Yep.
hear it.
Yeah, and I think we're going to talk some really cool innovation too, because this cat's got it together. He's thinking outside the box. So we're really excited to have Ben Klick on the show. But before that, you know what we do here on the A Travel Talk Show. We talk about our agenda tech. We're going to talk a little bit about who we are and what we're going to do. So, but before we do that there, Junior.
Yep.
What we got to do is we got to do what corporate wants us to do, and that is some housekeeping. This show, A Travel Talk Show, is being recorded live. Yep, live. So stuff happens on this show. And you regular viewers will notice that it's quite fun when stuff does happen because we're sort of on our toes that way. An edited version of this show, we will be telling all this story about Ben Klick again tomorrow because we shared the edited version on our website, on our blog at the end of the month, and then also on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, LinkedIn, and some streams on Reddit. So here's the deal. We are entrepreneurial tourism and travel and entertainment website. So we ask that people share. We love sharers. So share. Share Ben Klick's story and share it a lot.
Yes.
Right?
I'm with you, bro. Everybody share twice, share 3 times.
Yep.
Share and share again.
You know what they say, share if you care. And if Canadians, we stick together. So let's do our little bit, and we're producing the show, and we do it because we care about the entertainment industry, tourism industry, and travel industry. And this is our way of giving back by bringing to you, our viewers, some of the people that are movers and shakers in our eyes in the industry. My name is Greg Gerard. I'm your co-host for the A Travel Talk Show, co-founder of ehCanadaTravel.com, which is an 18,000 pages of travel bliss information. I'm also privileged to be 23rd ranked travel blogger, 1,000 global travel bloggers by Global Rise. And then I got the good-looking Junior next door, and I'm sure he'll give you a little spiel about who he is.
The Junior, that's me. I'm the younger Colin Gerard, co-host of this wonderful talk show and co-owner of ehCanadaTravel.com. Glad to be here and glad everyone could join us.
Excellent job as usual. Yep.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. The A Travel Talk Show, the product of A Travel Marketing Group and Canada's largest privately operated travel website, ehCanadaTravel.com. See, I sound like a soap commercial announcer on that, didn't I?
You're getting good at that. Yeah.
I almost even had the voice going, that voiceover thing going. So,
Maybe a little deeper.
What's that?
Maybe a little deeper.
A little deeper, yeah. So, this week in tourism, as you know, this tourism thing, entertainment thing is spinning like a hot lead wheel going down a hill. It is going and changing, and wow, it's like a soap opera what's going on out there. So what we want to do, because we are focusing on our summer concert series, is we are promoting and doing our bit to tell you and share with you how important the entertainment industry is to our country, to our regions, and to our communities, because these artists bring a lot of revenues to a lot of communities around our country. So in spring of 2019, the Canadian Council for Arts released some really interesting statistics. And you, our viewers, should really listen in on this. It's quite an eye-opener. There are approximately 158,100 artists and musicians who spent more time on their craft than at any other occupation. So it wasn't like a sideshow; it was their gig, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in reality, that number represents almost 1% of the overall Canadian labor force. Okay,
Really?
that's a
Wow.
ton. Okay,
Yes.
so in other words, one in every 116 Canadians, Colin, is an artist or musician.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
I can see that. Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty decent, man.
That's
So
impressive.
yeah, so here's something that's pretty cool. The number of artists and musicians, being that it's about 158,000 in there, right,
Mm-hmm.
is bigger than the labor force in the automotive industry, which is 146,000, and the
Wow.
utility sector, which is 136,000. So this is why, if
Wow.
they're getting bailouts and all this help, this is why we need to pitch in and get and help our. Could you imagine life without music? Really?
No, no, not at all. I mean, it's like it'd be like a life without birds.
It
I mean,
just
just
doesn't.
silence.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen. I mean that's why all these other forces. It's like tourism always sort of gets a bad rap, but we're a
Mm-hmm.
huge GDP, and musician and artist. We just spouted off some numbers. So there's a ton of them. So if you
Mm-hmm.
count in the musicians and all the domino effect of being a musician in that industry. So to give you an idea of
Mm-hmm.
those 158,000 musician artists and everyone else, 35,000 were actually artists, musicians, and singers.
Mm-hmm.
27,000 were the producers, directors, and choreographers, which are
Mm-hmm.
affected, right?
Mm-hmm.
21,000 are visual artists who produce the videos, the editing, the music, the scripts, all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Then you got 10,000 are dancers, and everyone's like, well, how's that do? Well, you just watch some of MTV and just
Mm-hmm.
watch some of the concerts, bigger concerts out there. So the dancers that would be performing in these are affected because take out all the music videos. And then
Mm-hmm.
you got 4,000 are the conductors and composers of our local orchestras, of all this Edmonton Orchestra, Vancouver
Okay.
Orchestra, right? So out of all those people, 158,000, 98,000 are affected by musicians not being able to hold their concerts and do the road trip gig, right?
Yeah.
So that is why.
That.
Why? That's why we're doing our summer concert series. We're big on well, Junior here is a lot bigger than moi.
Mm.
He's a music connoisseur. I mean, I have a hard time remembering. Sorry, Ben, and all other artists. I have a hard time remembering the song names, except if it's a few. But Colin's the one that would win that Jeopardy game, not me. Hey, Junior.
Oh yeah, you just gotta feel a few beats, and it usually comes to you.
Yep, yep,
I
yep.
mean, like you say, music is vital to life, and I mean, it'd be so boring and so I don't know, waking up and not be able to turn the music on or have anything would just drive you nuts. Mental
Yep.
health would be even worse in this country.
Oh, here's the thing. Before COVID slammed its ugly door on our industries, right?
Hmm.
Before it is, here are some of the numbers that are gonna just send a shockwave. As of March 2019, okay, so just before it came in this March, Stats Canada reported state that Canadian sound recording and music publishing industry grew by 21%. They were growing at a clip that was like a snowball coming down, right? The
Nice.
industry revenue at that time was 1.1 billion in this country, and the streaming industry generated 175 million in revenue, and every but of that pretty much came to a halt
Instantly.
instantly. So
Hmm.
that is why we're doing our summer concert series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Woo!
yeah, yeah.
Well,
Right?
Canadians got to help Canadians, eh? And everybody's got to pitch in and help each other out to get through it.
Yeah, I totally get it. I
So
get it, man.
we're
I get it. We're gonna bring on this pretty
here.
fabulous
Deal.
person, and I'm using person because he's a fabulous person and a musician. But I think it's important that we give this guy some cred. He's got some great ideas, and he's doing something
Hmm.
about it. And he's out there. So this gentleman's name is Mr. Ben Klick. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to give him some of that virtual stage so he can rock out his story and tell us a little bit about what he's doing. So give you an idea. Hey, If we had a longer show, we'd be reading out his whole resume. But here's 4 things I got to share about Mr. Ben Klick. Okay. Here, I'm going to spill the beans, even though everyone that knows him knows this. But hey, I'm going to spill it. Right. 4 British Columbia Country Music Awards.
Nice.
5 International Country Music Awards. Yep. 2019 BCCMA Country Club Act of the Year. 2019 BCCMA. Say that 10 times real fast. BCCMA, BCCMA, BCCMA. Right? Interactive Artist of the Year.
Nice.
Okay, now when you say interactive, I'm thinking like, whoa, I'm thinking technology. I'm thinking on stage. I'm thinking like, connecting.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have a couple of his songs today, 3 of them, in fact, that we're going to share. And I believe, and Ben will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they are all new releases. So
Nice.
here's the message. Here's the message.
You're getting there, yeah.
You can buy Ben Klick's music on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music. How's that?
Pizza Hut, eat your heart out.
I know. They're probably calling right now. We need that guy for the voiceover.
Yeah.
I'm sold. Again, in case you didn't get my great accent, that was Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music. So if you need to get this, and the nice thing is, if you aren't technically gurued, then we're going to share Ben's website, so you can find out everything you need to know about Mr. Ben Klick with his website. So get that pen, get that paper, go get it while we're talking, because you want to be here when Ben's talking. We're just a side act, man.
Yeah, and be sure to share his website, etc., with everybody, because if you love his music, share it around.
Yeah,
spread the joy.
Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give a little teaser into Mr. Ben, and I thought when I was watching the stuff, and I kind of remember, hey, these are new releases, dude. You saw here on the Travel Talk Show.
That is so awesome.
This song it's called Quarantine Blues.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You're gonna love this video. So let me snag this puppy out of the green room here, and you're gonna love this. Okay. Watch. This is called Quarantine Blues by Ben Klick. You can get this at Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music.
I drove home last night from the United States. To my surprise, I was told to be safe. There's something going around up in the air, and I need to stay home and take special care. I asked the officer what I should do when I'm stuck inside in a quarantine blues. When you go to the store, only get what you need, and make sure you're stocked on rolls of TP. Wash your hands and have good hygiene, and practice the art of social distancing. That's a few things you should do when you're stuck inside in a quarantine blues. When I pulled in the drive, the first thing I did was clean out the car and vacuum it. I sanitized everything I owned, then lost at a game of dominoes. There's so many things I can do when I'm stuck inside in a quarantine blues. When you go to the store, only get what you need, and make sure you're stocked on rolls of TP. Wash your hands and have good hygiene, and practice the art of social distancing. That's a few things you should do when you're stuck inside in a quarantine blues. When I sat down on a kitchen chair, I pulled out cards to play solitaire. In the same drawer when I took a look, I found some crayons and a coloring book. That's a few things I get into when I'm stuck inside in a quarantine blues. When you go to the store, only get what you need, and make sure you're stocked on rolls of TP. Wash your hands and have good hygiene, and practice the art of social distancing. That's a few things you should do when you're stuck inside in your quarantine blues. 2 weeks locked in a room when you're stuck inside in a quarantine blues. Well, now what do I do?
How
I
appropriate,
love it.
dude.
I love it.
What? I'll tell you.
I
I saw you boogieing in the background again.
I was moving a bit too, yeah.
I'm telling you, I think you need a license to shake that booty over there.
Yeah, well, I think Ben is showing up a little bit of Elvis with his dance moves there.
I
I love it.
A little bit of Elvis. Isn't that a cool little ditty?
Oh, it was awesome. It's very catchy and
So, hey, I was pretty stoked. That was the first video I watched out of the ones that we were sent. And that's the first one I clicked on because of the title. I go, oh,
yeah,
how cool is this, right?
yeah.
I gotta check this out. And I'm watching it and I'm going, oh, that's on the list. I'm playing that one.
Yeah.
And that was just priceless. So, anyways, that was Ben Klick. That's we've been fortunate to see a couple of his stuff. He played live that one time, and that made a big impression. And we've got a lot of good positive feedback when he did his. He helped open the show really on the Canada Day concert, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So let's invite the big guy on the screen, and I'll let you, the public, enjoy the conversations with Mr. Ben Klick. Mr. Klick. Yeah.
Nicely done.
Yes.
Nicely done.
It is so nice to be here. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for having me.
Oh, we love it. We love it. This is what we Canadians do, right? We back each other up. So we're so excited to have you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah,
pleasure.
sure.
I mean, I was listening to the like the banter and everything between you guys while I was just kind of hanging out in the green room there. Poutine is fantastic, by the way.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So I'm listening around, and I couldn't agree with you guys more in the sense that it's community. Canadians stick together. The music community. I mean, through everything that's been going on, it's forced everybody to become more creative. And this thing that you're doing, the Canada talk show, these live music series, everything like that. Thank you guys for putting this together, because I haven't seen this done before, and that's the kind of stuff that's inspiring to people like me who want to continue forward and push stuff out on like my audience and people that need music in their lives. So thank you for doing this.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Hey man, that's really nice, and believe me, it's we appreciate the kind thoughts, and we'll throw it right back at you. We're gonna share some of your innovation now. I mean, enough about us. I told you we're just the backup tonight, man.
We're inspired as well. Yeah.
So Ben, we gave him a real quick snapshot of some of your highlights, but I'm hoping that you can maybe share a little bit about who is Ben Klick to our audience now, and to all the other people who are going to see the edited version tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I started years ago. I was 4 years old, and I went to a Shania Twain concert at the Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver. And when I did this, I was asked by my parents on the drive home how I liked the show. And rather than saying, oh, I loved it, I said, I want to do that when I'm older. And that's what it was. And it was Shania Twain. She walks out on what we call the ego ramp in front of the stage in her leopard print onesie thing. And the guitar player starts playing the lick to Man, I Feel Like a Woman. And I remember that so vividly, that's what inspired me to become a musician, an artist. And over the years, I went straight into guitar lessons. I was classically trained by the book to read notation. And then back in 2006, I moved to the Okanagan of British Columbia. So I'm currently in West Kelowna, or West Bank. And moved up here and started to learn like tablature and learning to actually play by ear. And shortly after that, I started some bands and then started to write my own music. And now I'm going back and forth to Nashville and recording some stuff. And now with the pandemic going on, I've set up a recording studio here at the house to be able to record some new music that pretty much, I believe everything that you're going to hear on the show today has been recorded right here in kind of my home studio.
Cool.
Which is
wow.
awesome. So yeah, I'm looking forward to being a part of the show.
I that is so wicked, man. I'm really happy to have you, and I think you Junior, are you happy to have Ben here?
I'm thrilled to have been here.
I know
For
that's a
sure.
trick. That's a trick question. You can't say no.
No, actually, no, I don't really like Ben too much. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's actually awesome.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah,
And it's
Ben.
great to hear your career going well. I mean, that's like
So
things
now
have been up and up for you.
I do have a test for you, for Junior, Colin. Junior.
Junior, yeah. Okay.
So you were chatting earlier that you're the one who knows song names. Am I right?
Well, more than senior, yeah.
Okay. So let's, just because we're live, I want to test this out. I found this.
Okay.
So I just want to see what you kind of got going on here, just for fun.
No, okay.
Play name the song.
Has to be a song I know, of course. But go ahead, yeah.
Okay, so number one, I'll kind of start easy.
I can't put the name to it, but it's
AC/DC.
There you go. There you go. Back in Black.
Oh, you're so close.
Oh.
Back in Black's like
Okay.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
What's the other one?
I don't know the name. Don't know the name of a lot of the AC/DC songs.
That's okay. Okay, let's go. Let's go this.
Number 2. Dun, 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 dun. Smoke on the water.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Ah.
Okay, so we're 1 for 2. Okay, I'll give you like best of 3. Is that cool?
Okay. Pressure is on.
Nice. Okay, we're going country. Let's try.
I know the song, but I don't know the song. Yeah. Phil, you're 1 for 3. That's worse than I'm doing in the hockey pool.
Greg, do you hockey pool? Do you have it, Greg? Do you know what that one is? Can you help me out?
No, I don't.
It's Friends in Low Places, Garth Brooks.
Oh yeah, that went huge. But I'm not the one on live bragging about my music pedigree.
You were bragging about my music pedigree.
I set you up, I guess, didn't I?
And that's a pretty small sample list.
Oh, whatever. Okay,
let's go through like 20 of them and see how we go.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. The next show is going to be like Hollywood Squares. We'll have a whole bunch of us, and we'll figure that one out, right?
Yeah, that'd be good. We could bring guests on and have the guests try and pick the song.
There you go.
Like a game.
There you go. Yeah. So Ben, the one thing I've noticed with your social media is you've come out with quite a few new singles with your new recording studio. One of them was Wonder of the World, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So what's the whole story about that? Because that's the next video we're gonna share.
Oh, it's so funny. So while I was down in Nashville, an opportunity came up to go into a recording studio to record some new music, which is awesome. And so I took the opportunity, and while I was down there, we only had time to record 2. And there was 3 on the list that I wanted to record. And that third one was Wonder of the World. And unfortunately, it couldn't happen down in Nashville, so I came back to Canada. And when I got back, obviously I was quarantined, so I wrote Quarantine Blues. And then I got a government grant, basically, from Creative BC and the province of British Columbia. And they said, hey, we know that this is going to impact the music community from a COVID-19 perspective quite a bit. and we'd like to be able to help you out. So we want to give you a small grant to go towards a new recording or a Facebook Live. And I thought, well, you know what? As an artist and as a songwriter, if I'm to put music out into the world, that is my way of giving back to people. And there's a number of musicians that I know that just want to play, and if I can help them do that, if that means I can give them a couple $100 to play on a track, I'd love to do it. So I took the grant money, and I gave a phone call to about 5 to 6 of my friends that are all in and around British Columbia, and I said, hey, would you mind playing on a song? I'm going for a acoustic, very kind of stripped down Western swing throwback type of song. I wrote this recently when I was down in Nashville, and I would love for you guys to be a part of it. And every single one of them was on board.
Nice.
And so the interesting part was it was actually based on a traveling song, because throughout school, I was never really that great of a student from, like, let's call it like a history perspective, social studies. I was more a math and chemistry nerd, and which is funny. And so that was kind of more my thing.
Okay.
However, I love to travel, and I believe it was grade 8 or grade 9. My parents took me to Italy, and we toured around in like the Mediterranean, and I fell in love with traveling, whether it's on the road, whether I'm in the air. However that happens to be. We took trains to different places, and I loved it, just to be able to see these different parts of the world. And when I sat down with a friend of mine, Tim Taylor, who wrote this song with me, I gave him a little bit of that story, and he says, well, let's throw a little bit of like a twist in there, and let's make it about a girl and see what happens. And so that's where this song came to be, and everybody remotely recorded it from their own home studios. I produced it right here at my home studio in West Kelowna, and now it is the current single that was released about 2 weeks ago, actually, or 1 week ago, if I'm not mistaken. So this is that song. This is the new single, Wonder of the World.
Excellent. This is Wonder of the World by Ben Klick. Enjoy, people.
Hey guys, thank you so much for streaming and downloading this song. It's really, really cool to finally be able to put out some new music for you. Make sure you're following along on all the social media and liking and subscribing and all that good stuff. Anyway, let's get going. The band's up.
I learned about the wonders of the world in ancient history. Nothing but a bunch of big long words that didn't mean much to me. One thing I know for sure, they failed to mention, girl, is the wonder of the world you are to me. The pyramids and the Taj Mahal can take your breath away. That's exactly how I felt the first time I saw your face. I knew right then and there I could be anywhere but
Yeah. Hey, I recognize
Love
a
it.
few of those faces on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. That's a pretty slick editing. You do that editing?
Yeah, I did the like all the recording, all the like the mix and the master and everything like that you were hearing was done by a friend down in Nashville who's originally he's Canadian, he's from British Columbia. So he went down and I sent it to him to do that stuff, but all the video editing and everything like that was done here at the studio.
Pretty
Nice.
slick.
And that's your voice, really?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, right.
just joking. I'm just joking. You sound awesome. Yeah,
Thank
love
you.
it.
Hey, so Ben, we talked a little bit earlier about this whole COVID fiasco that's affecting you, us, everybody that's involved in tourism entertainment.
Yeah.
What are some of the what are some of the things that you're doing, which we talked a little bit, which is amazing before in the green room where we're all chowing down on the poutine and Caesars. But what sort of things are you doing that's different now?
Yeah, so I mean, it forced myself, along with the rest of the music community and a lot of other businesses, to get creative with what they're doing. And for me personally, I started a couple of weeks ago. I started a new video series called Klick's Corner, and basically over the last year, I've been filming different parts of my life throughout the music industry and things like that, and putting them in these little videos. And a couple of weeks ago, I released one that was basically the recording of Wonder of the World and how that all came together. In the future, there's going to be ones that show my entire vocal routine from warm ups to me working with a speech language therapist, and how I keep my voice in the shape that it's in to be able to sing and go on the road and perform. So stuff like that. There's things like I take you behind the scenes in Nashville, recording some songs live in the studio. I take you behind the scenes on a photo shoot for new singles and just promotional material and things like that. And I post all this stuff on YouTube, my Facebook, my Instagram, everything like that. So that's where all that can be. And every 2 weeks, I try and post a new one to give people a little bit of an insight into my life as a country music musician.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of part A. And part B, because our our live shows as artists and musicians have kind of been nothing or very slim and few and far between. I live up in a beautiful place within British Columbia in the Okanagan. And a big part of that is the wine scene, golfing, and restaurants. And recently, I sent a message out to a number of different wineries and restaurants, and wanted to help them out from their local business perspective, and said, "Listen, I want to play, and I want to help you guys bring in whether it's tourism or whether it's just locals on your in your wine club. I want to help you guys out." So my idea was Picnic with Ben Klick, and
Nice.
it's where people can bring their own beverages, whatever that happens to be, food, lawn chairs, blankets. I come out and play for like 2 45-minute sets, so we'll call it 2 hours. Tell some stories, share experiences, and play some music. And we all just kind of get to interact with each other from a distant perspective, and we hold them outside so that everybody is able to be socially distant. And that's just kind of my way of hopefully helping out the local businesses here in the Okanagan when I can.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah.
Brilliant.
Just so all our viewers know, we've been flashing up some of Ben's social media and his website. Make sure you make note of these, follow him, and again, support him. And again, we've been sharing about where you can get some of his music through the different streaming services out there. And again, you can take a look at his website, and Ben will lead you all the way. Hey, Ben, just so this Klick's Corner, this
Yeah.
new venture that you're about to embark on, is that Facebook Live? Is that on your website? Where's that?
So all the Klick's Corner will be up on YouTube. They're posted every 2 weeks, so it'll be YouTube. It'll be up on my Facebook page as well as my Instagram. So they'll be right there.
Perfect. Okay, so One of the things that we're really interested in is how not just artists but everyone pretty much in the country on how we're all sort of trying to figure outside the box and come up with ways to uh, make this new abnormal work, right? So one of the things that we're sort of interested in is what's being offered to the music industry, and or how are people coming and thinking up their own ideas, which you've done a brilliant job at. Mind you, I think pat yourself on the back. We've talked to quite a few artists, and you're refreshing with all the new ideas and the new ways you're trying to work around the rules that we're given, right? So back to the question is Creative BC has done a little bit to help you out with your Canadian musicians during COVID. Is everyone sort of available to that, or is it mostly, I know that some of you are working together now more to try and come up with new ideas, or is there a group over on the other side that's everyone is for themselves? Like how is it all shaping right now?
So I find, like virtually, like things like this, I find that if I can do like collaborative things from a virtual angle, awesome. So which is why Klick's Corner's coming out, and which is why, like with that last video you saw of Wonder of the World,
Yeah.
that was all BC musicians that I asked to be a part of that and to collaborate within that. And people that want to collaborate in whatever sense is awesome. I do want to say a quick hello to Brandy Hughes, who's on our who's commenting on Facebook right now.
Yes.
Brandy, Brandy's a just as a background, she is she's a choreographer. She's phenomenal at it from a line dancing perspective, and she has worked with me on a number of my different songs. And there is one, and I'll leave this with you guys, that's coming out in probably about a month's time, I'll say. There's a new song coming out, and I won't give anything away, but it is going to be coming out. And Brandy has done the choreography to it from a line dancing perspective. And what we've done is it's something that's never been done before. And Brandy, I apologize if I'm giving this away, but what we've done is we've virtually done a line dance. So we asked people from all over the world to film themselves doing the line dance that Brandy has choreographed. And I've put a little video together that will be released once the song is out. And everybody is virtually doing a line dance in a row with each other on the screen you're going to be watching. So this has never been done.
How cool is that?
But, yeah, it's going to be, I think it's going to be cool. I hope people enjoy that.
Yep. Now I see you, Brandy. I see you in there. And Brandy, if we could do anything to hook up and help you with this, we're in. So if you need any help on the Canada, the Brothers of Tourism, you know how to drop us a line. And that is so cool that Ben gave you that plug. And we are a plug-free show, so we're all about that. And so
full show, you mean?
There you go. There you go. So good on that. Okay, so you said Shania Twain made an influence on you.
Yeah.
Anyone else that has shaped the Ben Klick story?
Oh yeah, so Shania Twain was first, but I grew up listening to folk music. So Great Big Sea out of Newfoundland on the East Coast. Nice. So I listened to them. That was my second concert that I ever went to. And then I discovered Bryan Adams and discovered some classic rock. And at that point is where I saw Stevie Ray Vaughan and saw him play guitar, and I thought,
no,
I ever did. So it became Stevie Ray Vaughan, and then after that, I got into country. So it wasn't probably like I've listened to country my entire life, but I really started diving in when I heard Brad Paisley and Keith Urban, and those were the two that kind of made me want to play like them, made me want to get into country music, and then it was the stories. And I discovered Vince Gill, and I discovered some of the more like iconic stars like Johnny Cash. Where's the thing right there? So like Johnny Cash, Vince Gill was another one. Merle Haggard's another. So I started to really dive into the older style of country music. And at that point is when I found that I loved the modern sound of country, but I love the fact of fiddles and steel guitars and acoustic guitars and all this sort of stuff. So I ended up actually like fusing modern country sounds with a traditional twist. And that's where the sound is starting to go. And recording some new music and things like that, as you guys are listening to here, you'll find that that's exactly what it is. It's definitely modern, but I love the traditional aspect of it.
Excellent, excellent. I saw Stevie Ray Vaughan in concert, and I also saw Neil Young, and those ones made a huge impression on the type of music I enjoy listening to. Right? Yeah.
Have you had the opportunity? What's that?
And bro here bought me tickets to an Eagles concert for my birthday one year.
That was a great concert. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Have you had the opportunity to get on stage with any of these local
big stars?
Pardon?
Big stars?
Yeah, like any of these people that have influenced you?
So I've come very close to meeting Shania Twain. It's funny. It's funny you mention it because a couple of years ago I was driving to the BCCMA Awards, and I was driving with a friend of mine, and she was asking me the same question about how I got my start. She actually said to me, she says, "Oh, it's Shania Twain. Do you remember the show?" And I said, "Yeah." So I explained it to her, and she says, "You know, it's funny because I know the fellow who was on stage with Shania when you were inspired." And she's sitting right in the ar beside me, and I thought that was so cool. And I ended up actually connecting with him virtually over Facebook. His name is Corey Turco. He's a Saskatchewan boy, and to this day, he still, from what I understand, still works with Shania on all of her tours, and is an absolutely incredible guitar player, fiddle player, and just overall musician. And I have yet to meet him, but he is part of the reason, or is the reason, that I started really diving in to guitar and country music and all that kind of stuff.
Very cool. Very cool.
Well, she's probably watching the show, and we'll give you a call after
this. Give me a call. That's if that I could collaborate.
Hey, Shania. Hey, thanks for watching.
Hey, Shania. Thanks for the coffee the other week, man. Thanks for dropping off that Tim Hortons. So hey, you've got some. You played all over Canada. You played the Rock and River Fest too. Are you coming back to that? Because that's the one we go to every year, right?
Oh, I would absolutely love to. When it comes back open and we're allowed to do bigger groups and festivals, we're allowed to come back. 100%. I love that festival. It is so much fun. I 100%. I'd love to go back.
Yeah. Well, when you go, look for the Maple Leaf RV. Can't miss it.
Perfect. Done.
It's one big roving red maple leaf. You can't miss it.
You'll never leave.
Yeah. So, what are some of your best memories of playing country music there, Ben?
Gosh, there's so many. I mean, I love telling stories with people, but one like very, very vivid one I remember was a couple of years ago. And this comes from a British Columbia Country Music Festival. I was on Vancouver Island playing Sunfest. It was in the Cowichan Valley. I think it was the second year that they were right in they moved it from Duncan into the Valley area. And I was asked to play the beer garden stage, which it's set up basically, if this is the dome, the main stage is up here and the beer gardens are on the complete opposite side. Okay. Which is great because it separates everything and it's awesome. So I was on the beer garden stage, and the headliner of the show was Carrie Underwood. And I was asked to play right before Carrie Underwood hit the stage. Oh. And I remember very vividly that the minute that the band and I finished our last chord or whatever that happened to be, it was then I strum this last thing, and then my stage goes dark. Carrie Underwood's stage, the main stage, lights up, and out she walks, and she starts to sing, and it was an absolutely surreal experience. So that was very cool. And then I'd say things like being a musician, I get a lot of really cool and neat experiences and opportunities that come my way because friends open up for these bigger artists. And I was able to be backstage at an Alan Jackson show at one point, which that was super cool. I never got I never got to meet Alan specifically, but I got to go backstage with them and hang out, just as one of them, as somebody, as a friend of theirs. And
Nice.
so it's those experiences that are surreal to me. And then
Yeah.
just meeting people, especially during this time in these smaller kind of community events that are happening when they can.
Yeah.
Being able to connect with people and tell stories and share stories. Over the years, people have asked the fact that, like, where have you come from? What's what's your story? And that's where the Klick's Corner videos come into play. But also this next run of shows, just doing things acoustically. I'm starting to do things like I'm throwing Shania Twain into the mix, and I'm playing "Man, I Feel Like a Woman."
Nah.
In the different shows, I'm playing Great Big Sea stuff. I'm playing all the way like to Michael Bublé, because he's been a very recent inspiration of mine for upcoming songs.
Nice.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm playing a little bit of everything, and really allowing people to get to know me as an artist.
Having fun
Wow.
with it.
Are you, Betty? You're just having
Yeah.
you're making the best of it. And
I always thought
Trying.
I've always thought an artist's life. I mean, like you say, every day is different. You get so much experience, there's so much adventure. It's like traveling,
Yep.
and that's what I love about ours as well. Is just every day's new, meet new
Yep.
people and new places. And
Yeah. Hey, Ben, we're gonna share your mama's cooking video. And I know. Did you think we were gonna pick that one?
I honestly, all the stuff. It's funny because the ones that you guys picked are all brand new music from like 2020. There's nothing that is
nice.
kind of older in this sense, and it's all moving towards like this really cool new sound that I'm kind of moving towards.
Mhm.
So it's exciting to me to be able to share this with you guys, with everybody else that's watching out there right now. It's a fun song. Funny about this, I'll say a quick story and then you can play it if you'd like.
No, say the quick story.
So I was down in Nashville, and this was the first time I went down for a 4-month stretch. And while I was down there, my mom is a phenomenal cook. I've always loved her cooking. I've grown up eating all of her food constantly. Even growing up for like Mother's Days, I'd write in the cards, "Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love your cooking." From Vancouver. And like that's
Nice.
how everything was signed. And so she sent me down with this list of recipes in email, like PDFs and all that kind of stuff, cookbooks. And I went down and had to live, tried to eat nutritiously, for lack of a better term. And so I go down to Nashville, and I'm using these recipes as as templates for whatever I'm doing. Some of them turned out awful, but other ones, they were pretty good. And I found this new love for cooking, and it was so much fun.
Nice.
So through this, I took this to a co-writer friend of mine in Nashville, and I said, "Hey, I've got this idea. I've written a song about my dad, but I'd like to write a song about my mom, and I love her cooking." So he says, "Okay, well, what do you got?" So I played him the first verse and chorus that you'll hear momentarily. And he said, "This is awesome. We got to run with this." So we started just kind of going through things, and right in the very kind of end of the write, we're writing the bridge part, which you'll hear. And he says to me, "I want to list some things." And I said, "Okay, like what?" He says, "All the stuff you love that your mom has made you over the years." And I said, "Okay." So I just started listing things all the way through. And I said things like barbecue chicken, barbecue ribs, there was mac and cheese. And then I said lemon meringue pie. And he looked at me and he says, "Okay, here's the deal. I have no idea how you're going to fit lemon meringue pie in a song. What does that rhyme with? Like, who does that?" So as you listen through, I actually ended up putting lemon meringue pie in the song. So listen through it, see if you can find it. But that's where this came from. This one's Mama's Cooking. Enjoy it.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Before we go, is there any last thing you want to share that we might not have covered with our audience, Ben? Anything you want to leave them with?
No, not at all. I just follow me on the social media, on the Instagram, YouTube, all that kind of stuff, and stay in touch. I'd love to stay in touch with everybody that's tuning in right now.
Excellent. So what we're going to play, Mama's Cooking. And you've got to see who the supporting actors are doing a quite fine job in this video. So here's Mama's Cooking by our friend Ben Klick.
When I got home from work today, I found a message on the telephone. My mama gave me a ring to ask if I wanna come on over later on that night, right around supper time for some homemade pot pie. That's right. How can I resist? There's no way I'd miss Mama's cooking at the house tonight, making a favorite meal of mine, stirring something on the stove, a secret recipe that only she knows. I gotta get me some, makes me say yum, yum, yum. That's Mama's cooking. By the time I pulled into the drive, to the moment I walked through that door, I could smell something sizzling in the frying pan from the kitchen. It was undeniable, so delectable, it's got me hypnotized. That's right. I worked up an appetite, but nothing satisfies like Mama's cooking at the house tonight, making a favorite meal of mine, stirring something on the stove, a secret recipe that only she knows. I gotta get me some, make you say yum, yum, yum. That's Mama's cooking. Ah, here it comes. And the blueberry muffins, lemon pie, bacon with a meringue topping, shortcake, berries and whipping cream, mashed potatoes, gravy and mac and cheese, barbecue chicken, barbecue ribs, chilling and a marinade in the fridge. It's 6 o'clock, 5-star, 4-course dinner you love, and you won't wanna leave one crumb, 'cause Mama's cooking at the house tonight, making a favorite meal of mine, stirring something on the stove, a secret recipe that only she knows. I gotta get me some, makes me say yum, yum, yum. That's Mama's cooking. That's Mama's cooking.
I love it.
That was cool.
That's his whole family, eh?
Yeah. Hey,
Oh, just me. Hey.
there we go.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
I'm telling you, I've been telling you for some time. You know that technical director, the guy that's working all the lights and he's gone.
That is not, yeah. It's not my part of my technical department.
Oh, I tell you, with this high budget we got, and then he's playing around with the lights and the cameras and the angles, and I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
what to do. Who do we talk to about this?
Yeah. So that was Ben's whole family, eh?
Yeah,
Isn't that incredible? Isn't that great?
I thought that was, and oh man, I wonder if they do delivery.
Of lemon meringue pie?
Lemon meringue pie.
Yeah, I expect a piece.
I really like the mac and cheese, barbecue chicken. I'm a big fan of chicken. So,
Yeah.
throw in some mashed potatoes. And of course, you got to have veggies. You got to have veggies. So,
But come on, homemade lemon meringue pie.
I know.
I mean, really, the song should be called Lemon Meringue Pie.
It's such a big item, right?
Yeah, and his sound is so unique, like you say, eh? I mean, how can you not like the guy watching him in the videos? I mean, he's loving life. He's having fun.
Yeah, yeah. Again, that was Mama's Cooking from Ben Klick, country music artist and songwriter, right here in British Columbia, Canada. So that's coming to the end. We got some good stuff to say still, so no one bail here. We got some big news. So the ehTravel Talk Show is brought to you by ehTravel Marketing Group and the ehTravel.com website. ehCanadaTravel.com is an 18,000 page website and blog. It's Canada's largest privately operated booking experience community. Is our small and rural community marketing program. If you have a small community and you want to get a head start on the market and out of COVID, this is the best thing to slice bread. So in the news, in last week, we've had a couple little shout outs and been recognized. So our Experience Community program was just featured in BC Business Magazine. That's cool, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
very cool.
exactly. In case you don't know what that is, it is a content marketing program. Experience Community is a content marketing program where we here at ehCanada Travel developed, which is created specifically for the needs of small and rural communities. So if
Yes.
you got a community and you got good community pride and you want to get the message out there, we have the exact program for you. And we got all the analytics and testimonial support letters to back it up. So again, you should give us a shout. The Nickel Valley, what they're doing is it's called experiencenickelvalley.com and experiencemerit.com. And that is using the template of our Experience Community program. So that just got featured in BC Business Magazine, Call. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Exactly. Now, ehCanada gets a little pat on the back. ehCanadaTravel.com was just shortlisted for a 2020 Hospitality Award by Lux Life
Nice.
Magazine and AI Group of Magazines. In case you
Yes.
don't know, this is the big boys of luxury travel and luxury magazines, and they have singled out me and Junior here.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're getting some kudos across the pond. And there's some I looked at their previous winners. There's world-class chefs. There's some pretty big boys. So just to be shortlisted, shout out to Lux Life Magazine for doing their research online and looking at our stuff and giving us some kudos. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. So thumbs out to Lux Life. Thumbs out to BC Business Magazine. We appreciate everything you guys are doing for us. Any tourism business too. If you want to do some advertising, I believe we have a little special going on, Junior? Maybe you want to fill them in on that little puppy.
We do indeed. If you sign up now, you get basically a free year of advertising due to COVID, our gift to you. And so get on and get the free advertising. We'll send you the business. People book with you. What are you waiting for?
Plus, it's 100% Canadian website, people. So you know the deal. Shop local, support local.
Yeah.
And we do a pretty good job for a Canadian small little company setting our own niche. And we're getting our word out there. We're getting recognized in Australia, United Kingdom, all over the world. So we're no little feed anymore. Give us a shout, come and advertise. And because we love you, tourism entertainment industry, we're going to buck the trend here a bit, and we'll give you a free year of advertising to help you get going. And then at the end of that year, we're going to do something. We're going to hopefully impress you enough with our shows because we're doing some changes there too. So here's, if you do want to do any of those stuff, I'm going to stick our email up there, and you can get a hold of us and we can talk about that. But that's not just, yep.
And don't forget, it is first come, first serve. So the people who sign up first get listed above the people who sign up last.
Yes, we reward loyalty. We're not an alphabet company. So if you're going to have AAA, double B bed and breakfast, that ain't going to do anything. So we support the companies we have up at the top are the ones that have been with us the longest. And the only way to bypass that is to buy up in your listing structure. So that's our gift to Canada, to the tourism industry. I don't see anyone else doing that.
No.
We're suffering. Don't think we're raking it in either. But we're figured out that we can bite the bullet to help the industry, and we're still going to be here in a year. So it's going to be a lot tougher to get rid of us than COVID and some of the other people out there. So if you're a tourism business, jump on board. Go to ehCanadaTravel.com and put that up too. And there's a little link at the top. Sign up for free for 1 year. And we're going to help and do our best for Canada. Remember, support Canada and be Canada. So other stuff we got to put up there. I'm just going to put up a couple of thoughts. And this is not concrete, but it's something that maybe we should talk about. If you would like us to bring our hit show, this show is getting a lot of press. It's getting a lot of publicity, and we're getting quite a few viewers. And it's not necessarily the initial night. It's when the show runs on all the other platforms and starts positioning on search engines, the views go through the roof. And some of our earlier shows now are approaching 5. I think one's almost just under 8,000 views. So
Nice.
what we're going to do is what we're talking about, anyways, is this hit talk show is mobile. But we got to be careful with the new conditions out there. So if you're a community or region that we can figure this out, you can set us up and we can do our broadcast from your town. We'll feature your town and we'll do we have some new marketing innovations that we're working on that we're going to be adding to it. And we want to put the spotlight on your town. So if you can rig it where we could come, and then we can also talk to you about our Experience Community program too. So, but this is about the show. So contact us on that. If you're a community or a tourism business and you wanna get some really cool plug and really good views and really good marketing, give us a shout. Right, Cole?
Please do. Yes.
Yeah.
We're here.
You got it. So, Junior, another show, successful show. Thank you to Ben Klick. Awesome guest. Super
Thank you,
cool
Ben.
dude. Super cool dude. You got anything you want to add, Cole, to this episode 20?
I think you basically covered it. Another successful top awarded show.
Yeah.
And thanks, Ben, again for coming out and sharing that with us. I mean, everybody follows Facebook, shares stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's if Canadians, it's we got to support each other. So we're doing our best. Please support us, share. If you're a business, advertise. If you're a community that wants some plugs, give us a shout. We're here for you, and we enjoy what we do. We love this industry. We love what we do, and we want to share it and do our little 2 bits. We have a great following. We got tons of traffic, so let us help you by contacting us. So again, that's our show for tonight from somewhere Canada. Take care, Canada. Be well. Explore often. Stay apart. And Brothers of Tourism out. Cheer, everybody. Take care,
Peace
Canada.
out.